Thanks for joining us. Follow us on social media and read our blog posts for more visa and immigration tips. Post-study work options. How to get a work visa for Latvia after your studies. In this video, find out what your options are as an EU, EEA, or Swiss citizen, or a non-EU citizen, for staying in Latvia after your studies. For post-study options worldwide, like the USA, Australia, Canada, or the rest of Europe, check out our post-study playlist. Now let's explore your options in Latvia. Latvia is a country on the Baltic Sea between Lithuania and Estonia, and has direct rail links with nearby Belarus, Estonia, Lithuania, and Russia. Its landscape is marked by a wide and spectacular coastline, as well as dense, sprawling forests. The country is a multi-ethnic country that is highly rich in different cultural and educational traditions. It is an ideal destination for foreign nationals to study and work, as English is widely spoken, although you are required to learn the local language if you want to apply for permanent residence. The government has given special emphasis on education and has made many educational reforms. Latvia is one of the fastest-growing economies in Europe. The country boasts diverse top sectors with great opportunities in international industries. As part of the European Union, your permit to stay in the country depends on your nationality. EU, EEA, and Swiss students enjoy freedom of movement and residence in Latvia. Anyone who wishes to stay in the country after completing their studies can continue to reside in the country and look for a job, as you are exempt from obtaining a visa or residence permit. You are entitled to a permanent residence card after residing in the country for 5 continuous years. Non-EU, EEA, and Swiss students need a residence and work permit to remain in Latvia after completing their studies. Your student visa expires as your study program ends. At present, the Latvian government has not issued a provision to allow students from a third country a temporary residence permit in order to look for a job. During the course of your studies, it is important to decide if you want to remain in Latvia after completing the study program, so you can plan ahead in order to obtain the next residence permit. You need to land a binding job offer and apply for the necessary permit before your current permit expires, otherwise you need to leave Latvia. You can still work in Latvia and apply for a work and residence permit in your home country. Non-EU, EEA, and Swiss students who have a reason to reside in Latvia after the completion of studies, such as a job offer or marriage to a Latvian resident, can apply for a temporary residence permit. Residence and work permit for third country nationals, temporary work permit. There are 2 types of temporary residence permit which are tied to the duration of the job contract. The process varies and may take up to 4 months. Temporary short-term work permit and temporary long-term work permit. Once you have a job offer, your employer will submit an application for an invitation at the Office of Citizenship and Migration Affairs, along with employment contract, job position details, qualification details, and your academic transcripts. Once approved, an invitation letter will be issued under your name, and you can apply for a temporary work and resident permit. To apply for the permit, you will need documents like a valid passport, completed and signed employment permit application form, proof of financial means, employment contract, and an invitation letter and letter of intent from your employer, and more. Find the full list of requirements in our blog post. Your work permit is tied to your job contract. Any changes in position or employer have to be notified to the immigration department. You are also allowed to take more than one employer, as long as both employers show no objection with the arrangement, and the immigration department is also advised. Your residence permit will be valid for the period of employment, but not exceeding 5 years, and can be extended as long as the conditions of the work permit are still valid. You can also invite your family members to live with you in Latvia, and they will be granted a residence permit with the same duration validity as your resident permit. Self-employed residence permit. If you are working as a freelancer or starting your own business, you need to apply for this permit. To qualify, you must submit documents like your residence permit request, a document confirming the state duty payment, a business plan approved by a sworn auditor for the envisaged operation period, and others. EU Blue Card. This permit is issued to highly qualified third country nationals. To qualify for the Blue Card, you must hold a university or college diploma from an educational program that lasted 3 years or more. The permit will allow you to live and work in Latvia as a highly qualified employee. To apply, you must have a valid work contract or binding job offer for highly qualified employment, the duration of at least 1 year. Meet the minimum salary threshold. Either present documents proving that the national legal requirements or the relevant higher professional qualifications are met, and others. You must also not pose a threat to public policy, and may also be required to provide an address in Latvia, among other requirements. The EU Blue Card is issued for the period of the employment contract, and no longer than 5 years. If the employment contract is for less than 1 year, the EU Blue Card shall be issued for the duration of the contract, plus 3 months. Permanent Residence Permit. The rules to get a permanent residency in Latvia are simple. One must own a residence permit in Latvia for 5 years. And you must be earning €22,500 annually to qualify for permanent residency. Out of those 5 years, you must be physically present in Latvia for at least 4 years. To apply, you must prepare documents like a valid passport, residence address in Latvia, tax payment documents, proof of Latvian language proficiency, and others. This permit is valid for 5 years, however you must register your residence every year. Permanent resident cardholders are not required to spend a certain amount of time in Latvia to keep their permanent resident status. With this permit, there is no restriction of holding an employment contract, and no need to inform the immigration department about any changes of employment. Your family members can also be granted permanent residence in Latvia. Naturalized Citizenship. After living in the country for 5 years with a permanent residence card, you can apply for Latvian citizenship. The Latvian government does not allow dual citizenship, so you must renounce your current citizenship. To apply, you must provide details of your residence in Latvia for the past 5 years. Proof of proficiency in the Latvian language, knowledge about Latvian constitution, the text of Latvia's national anthem, and knowledge about Latvia's history and culture, among others. Are you ready to explore your options in Latvia? We'd love to hear from you. Let us know in the comments below. IM can help with your visa application to the United States, the UK, and other countries. If you need help with a US visa, a UK visa, or visa to Europe, including help with appointment booking obligations, IM can help. For more information and advice on US immigration, UK immigration law, and US visa applications, or if you need any help or assistance, please reach out to your visa coordinator at IM. Thanks for watching. Read the full article in our blog post. Hit the bell to get the latest visa and immigration tips. We upload new videos every day.